Hello, fellow cycling fans, to the preview of stage 15 of the Tour de France 2024. Some people even think that this is the queen stage of this year's race. It has 5 categorized climbs in the Pyrenees, 4,800 meters of elevation gain. But before we dive into the profile, the weather, the potential breakaway riders, the bookmakers' odds, let's do a quick recap of stage 14 won by Tadej Pogacar after his team UAE did an amazing job all stage long. Nils Pauling controlling the breakaway, then Marc Soler making sure on the penultimate climb that the breakaway will be caught, and Tadej Pogacar attacking in the last 5 kilometers and winning the stage 39 seconds in front of Vingegaard. Remco 1 minute and 10 seconds behind in front of Rodriguez, Ciccone, Buitrago, Adam Yates, who helped Pogacar during his attack, Felix Gall, Matteo Jorgensen, and Derek G rounding up the top 10. In the GC, there was just one change. Surprisingly, Jonas Vingegaard is now second behind the yellow jersey Tadej Pogacar, 1 minute and 57 seconds. Remco Evenepoel drops to third with 2 minutes and 22 seconds. So I think that podium looks locked in. Joao Almeida still fourth, but Carlos Rodriguez is coming for him. Mikel Landa, Adam Yates, Giulio Ciccone, Derek G, and Matteo Jorgensen rounding up the top 10. Felix Gall, Buitrago, and Bernal are looking for maybe a potential top 10. In the points classifications, no big changes. Kokar is now third in front of Deli, but Bini Girmay still has some 76 points in front of Philipsen. However, in the KOM, there was a major change. Now Pogacar comfortably leads in front of Vingegaard, so we will see Vingegaard in the polka dot jersey from tomorrow. Abrahamsen now drops to third, and I don't think that we will see him in that jersey in this year's tour at least. Remco is fourth, and Lascano is fighting for that jersey in a fifth. In the yacht classifications, obviously Remco is still leading in front of Rodriguez and Jorgensen, and in the teams, UAE is doing a sweep. They are now more than half an hour in front of Sudal Quickstep. So, stage 15, 197.7 kilometers from Ludenville to Plateau de Bay. Really long stage, and it starts with a climb called the Pursued, 6.9 kilometers at 7.8%. A great opportunity for the climbers to break away. I always thought that this stage has more potential for the breakaway to succeed than the stage 14, where all the climbs were in the second half and it was hard for climbers to get away from the peloton. Here we can expect teams like Red Bull with, let's say, Jai Hindley, Bahrain with Jack Haig, EF with everyone, but mainly Carapaz, UNOX with Eiking and Johannessen, Movistar with Maas, Mulberger, Lascano maybe for the KOM jersey, Bernard for Lidl, Lenny Martinez and Godou for Francis de Jeu. Ineos also has to attack now. Okay, Carlos Rodriguez looks good to finish in fourth, but is Ineos really in the Tour de France just for a fourth place? So maybe G, Bernal, De Plus can try and go in a breakaway. DSM, this looks like a great stage for them. Bardet, Barguil, only all can attack, potentially even win this stage. Guillaume Martin for Cofidis, but he doesn't really look to be in a great shape. Decathlon also has to try something. Okay, Gal is fighting for the top 10, but they still want more. They had such a good spring, and this tour is a disappointment for them so far. Maxim van Hils for Lotto can also attack. We should not forget Jaco. Maybe Simon Yates has something in the legs. And of course, Israel Premier Tech with guys like Fulson and Steven Williams. So then we have a long descent, some 12 kilometers, then some 20 kilometers in the valley before the sprint in Margignac. And then another climb, really hard climb, 9.3 kilometers at 9.1% called the Monte. So this is maybe even the hardest climb of this stage. Then called the Porte d'Aspet, 4.3 kilometers at 9.6%. So these three climbs are in the first half of the stage. I expect the breakaway to form there. And then we have 60 kilometers in the valley, as we can see here on the map, after Col de Porte d'Aspet, all the way to Col d'Agnes. So if the breakaway can succeed, then I expect them to build their advantage here in the valley. But if team like UAE tries to win the stage again and send Valence, Pollitt, Sivakov or Soler here to chase them, then I don't think that breakaway can succeed, because I expect a lot of climbers to be in the breakaway rather than reelers. Then we have Col d'Agnes, 10 kilometers at 8.2%. It is also a really hard climb, but too far from the finish. I think that we can see no action here. Then Port de la, it is just 3 kilometers of uphill, not a categorized climb, and then another 20 kilometers of downhill before the final 15-20 kilometers in the valley, and finally Plateau de Bay, 15.8 kilometers at 7.9%. So here I expect a GC battle to commence, and maybe to see another attack by Tadej Pogacar. He now looks to be the king in the Pyrenees. This is his chance to maybe even seal the deal and build that unreachable advantage over Vingegaard and Remco Evenepoel. As I always say, I expect Vingegaard to come back in the final three stages, but if Pogacar can build, let's say, 3 minutes of an advantage, then I don't think that even a Vingegaard can catch him, but it is still an open race so far. If we look at the climb, this is how the final 5 kilometers look. So a lot of hairpins in the last 5 kilometers, but it is not something like Alpe d'Huez. There are a lot of straight roads as well. If we look at the weather for tomorrow's stage, we can see that it will be much hotter than it was today, some 29 degrees and almost no wind, just 2 meters per second, so that is insignificant for the professional riders. Before we move on to Bookmaker's favorites, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you never miss a preview of a Grand Tour stage on my channel ever again. And as always, I have to say massive thank you to everyone who already subscribed. It means a lot to me and this channel is really growing. So, bookmakers are also thinking that this can be a breakaway stage. I personally think that Richard Carapaz is going to win it. EF, they just have to have one lucky stage that everything goes their way, and I think tomorrow is the day for them. Also, Simon Yates and Roman Bardet can be a nice options from the breakaway, and in the GC group, of course, Pogacar and Vingegaard have to be considered the favorites. I would even rate Tadej Pogacar slightly above Vingegaard after his display today. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the preview of Stage 16. Bye!